I don't know if you're saying anything about our figures, Gabby. I assure you, it was just a weak coffee and a chocolate biscuit. Beautiful views from Pendle Hill today, an absolutely gorgeous day for watching football. And if you're a Leeds United fan who wants to cling on to a bit of hope, well, Gabby and the boys mentioned it. They were 2-0 down here last December. They won 3-2. And there is the small matter of the fact that Burnley haven't kept a clean sheet at home in 18 games. The last one was in March, 1-0 against one of Brighty's beloveds, Crystal Palace.
Oh, yes.
Goal chances to come then, I would think, for both teams. First half, Brighty, very, very enjoyable.
Yeah, finished quite strong, didn't it? A little bit better from Leeds, a few efforts at goal, but yeah, just expected a lot more. And as the boys said at half-time, they come here and they've sat back a little bit, and to me the key thing is getting your full-backs forward. You know, a little bit more drive in midfield, try and control the midfield area. And in the end, it's, you know, it's War of the Roses here, isn't it?
Certainly is. Just 35 miles. It's considerably less than 30 as the crow flies, due west from Leeds to Burnley. Burnley looking to start the second half at the same sort of speed at which they played most of the first. Keith Tracy has fancied his chances against Paul Connolly all day. Just had a little nibble there at Clayton. Free kick Leeds.
Yeah, slices of touches. Was impressed with the left pairing down for Burnley in the first half. Brian Easton and Keith Tracy, with their willingness to get forward.
I know Tracy, when he was at Blackburn, the club he started at, was rated by then manager Sam Allardyce as their brightest prospect. Never quite cut through though at Ewood Park. Was at Preston last year. Actually scored at Leeds just over a year ago when Preston went to Elland Road and won 6-4 in one of the more remarkable championship games of last season.
6-4.
Don't think we'll be getting 10 goals here today.
No.
We are getting a Burnley free kick now.
Yeah, Kisnorbo grabbing hold of Sam Vokes. Here we go. Hold of his shirt, round the collar. Sometimes that sort of stuff goes unnoticed.
Mark Lawrenson promised me a tenner if I got in the fact that Preston once scored 6. There's Lloyd Sam. There by Edgar. And there's Connolly. Snodgrass. In went McCann. Came away with the ball. Tracy. Your archetypal wiry winger, is he? He's kind of barrel-chested, Keith Tracy.
Keeps the ball quite close, though. Nice turn of pace. Never so well in the first half. It's a nice little combination as well with Easton. You know, you can overlap each other and fill in. I think it's nice when you have balance in your team. I think managers talk about balance. Left-footed players playing on the left, and a lot in the Premier League anyway play the opposite sides.
Well, we've seen that today, haven't we, with Snodgrass and Sam?
Yeah,
and
yeah, you always have to come inside to cross.
Lee Grant to get the ball away for a Burnley team who would temporarily climb 3 places to 15th with a win today. They won by 4. They'd climb 4 places above Reading, but that's asking a lot.
Well, I think Eddie Howe would just say to them, you know, I want a clean sheet and much more of the same in the second half. And you know, they're beating a promotion contender. Well, they're supposed to be contenders themselves. I mean, second year out the Premier League.
Ooh. Obstruction, is that? It's just going to be a throw-in, I think, for Leeds. Connolly takes it. Snodgrass. Almost caught by Tracy. He is dispossessed by McCann. It's going to break for Connolly. Howson. Rodriguez, who's making Leeds work really hard to just keep the ball. Kisnorbo. All the way back to Alex McCarthy, and that's because of the Burnley pressure. Good Burnley noise ringing around Turf Moor. Leeds throw.
If you're Simon Grayson, you want a positive start to the second half and a bit more drive. You're Eddie Howe. Do not allow the opponents to get back in the game in any way. Keep it nice and tight.
Good ball from Howson into the feet of Keir. Snodgrass. Snodgrass has managed to get the ball in the box, but it didn't stay there for long. Michael Duff's clearance. Lovely footwork from Rodriguez. Touch of fortune for Stanislas. Rodriguez is demanding the ball be given back to him. It's going to have to go the other way, I think. Tracy. Stanislas, he's gone for goal. He had an option over on the other side of the field where Trippier was getting forward.
I think so. He doesn't seem to be playing with the same confidence as which I've seen him in the past, and especially on that right-hand side, just drifting past players and taking players on. It's a poor decision there.
Almost like a roll of the dice, that option that he took.
Well, it's just so far out, and other options, better options on.
McCarthy up and away. Met firmly by Edgar. There's Lloyd Sam.
Yeah.
White outside.
Exactly. Full back forward.
Now making his way all the way back to left back because it didn't come his way.
But you stretch the game. You move players out of position to feed players who are in position. You have to have movement in the team.
Goes Keir. And the free kick. The whistle has been sounded and it's gone Burnley's way.
I'm sure Andy Keir thinks as much is going his way at the moment. Seemed like he jumped early there. Yeah, question to the referee. What happened there?
Started out at Leeds. He is a Leeds United supporter. He's got himself a couple of goals at Brighton and Peterborough since he came back on loan from Wolves. Down towards Rodriguez. Kisnorbo was waiting for it. It's Duff. And Duff again. It nearly came for Vogue, so D will have to be quick. And it's quick enough. Well, all of the noise is coming from the Burnley fans. That said, we are sitting right in amongst them. I can't hear much else. Kieran Trippier. Rolling one in towards Vokes, who's helped it across. And he helped it only just past the post.
Well, great touch. Good long throw from Trippier. Good touch from Vokes. But here, you've got to see people gambling. Rodriguez, he gambles. Nobody else goes with him. You know what's happening. It's a near post throw. It's got to be touched on. Somebody else has got to be coming and supporting.
No other claret and blue shirts.
Only Rodriguez taking a gamble.
Two were lurking on the edge of the area, but there they stayed. Bartley. Trippier just got himself in a bit of a tangle. McCormack. Good recovery from Trippier. Clayton. There's White. McCormack deep outside, away from goal-scoring positions. The main Leeds United goal scorer this season. Lloyd Sam.
Good play.
Now Clayton. Couldn't work it into a shooting opportunity. This is Snodgrass. He can't get it through. And it's a determined Burnley defending.
Well, patient play there from Leeds, a little bit better. Pressure on the edge of the 18-yard box. But once that ball comes through to Snodgrass, I think the Burnley defence know he's coming back on his left foot all the time.
There is Snodgrass. It is on his left foot. But Brian Easton knows the threat. Connolly. Edgar had to be very careful there. He does get the ball away. Paul Connolly with the Leeds United throw-in. Leeds attacking the end that houses their fans in this second half. This is Snodgrass. This is Johnny Howson now. Howson's gone to curl it, and it was going to have to curl a whole lot further than that.
Yeah, well, a lot better. Just a bit of sustained pressure on the edge of the box. Can't get the shot in, can't get the shot in. Now it just opens up a little bit. Good pressure from Burnley.
Johnny Howson was the man who completed the job here last season. 3-2 winner, 85th minute. Still plenty of time for Leeds to turn this around. Plenty of time for Burnley to try to hold on. Not sure it's really in their makeup to hold on to games. Always been renowned as a team, whatever division they've been in, that like to knock it around a bit. Still the same. Going to be a Leeds change in a moment. Ramon Nunez and Luciano Becchio too.
Positive.
That's skewed a little awkwardly off the head of Kisnorbo. Old 50p head, and it's going to be a Burnley throw. Brian Easton's going to wind up the long one here. Looking for it to be guided across once more. It's Bartley's header back in. That's Rodriguez. Stanislas beaten to it by White. Trippier played it against Lloyd Sam. Howson invited to challenge for it. It's broken for Bartley. It's a powerful drive. Good sidestep from Marvin Bartley, and he's won his team a free kick.
Marvin Bartley does ever so well here. Great determination, strength. You can see there, he draws this foul. He's got his right hand out, just comes across the player. Snodgrass there, it's right on the edge of the box.
A reasonably easy decision to give, that one.
Well, yeah. I mean, what happens is, as the player comes towards you, you move across him. He has to foul. I'll tell you, Trippier looks like he's going to hit this as well.
There's the option of Tracy. Trippier and Stanislas have had one each.
Yeah.
Trippier's blocked by the wall. Stanislas was awful.
Well, Stanislas has moved away, so maybe Tracy. You think from the position it is, it's a left footer. It opens up for him a little bit.
He's already forced one outstanding save from Alex McCarthy. Two saves actually, but one really was good in the first half. Is he going to test the Leeds keeper again? Tracy, he does, and McCarthy's up to it again.
Wow.
Didn't just save, he held on, he had to.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well struck, it was low. Stretched down. This is the important thing now, that it doesn't come loose. Because if it comes loose, you can see. Good anticipation there. Vokes is in. And Edgar's in for the knockdown.
Howson trying to barge his way through Chris McCann. Rodriguez there to help out his captain. And Rodriguez will give chase and try to put the squeeze on Kisnorbo. It's not going to run out. Not without another touch when it finally does come. Brings about a Leeds free kick.
I have to say, Patrick Kisnorbo takes a little bit of a chance here. English defenders just hook this in the stand. He takes a little chance there. Could have been a throw. But it looks like
Leeds aren't quite ready to make the changes yet. They still have Nunez and Becchio ready.
Well, I think they're signalling to the referee. They've been waiting for a while. Fourth official's been down there as well.
Well, as you said, Brighty, it's positive.
Yeah, you know, you're in 7th position in the league. You're looking to get back into the playoff position. You're away from home.
Ross McCormack making way. His run has extended to 7 games without a goal. Still on 10 for the season. And players wanting to get back into the first team picture for Leeds United. Nunez and Becchio both scored on Tuesday this week when a Leeds team beat a Chelsea 11 2-1. Behind closed doors training game, if you like, at the Thorpe Arch training ground. Becchio penalty, Nunez free kick.
Well, 2 for 2, 2 strikers.
Simon Grayson has opted for his second string to play high-profile friendlies this season rather than playing any organised league. They had Mike Taylor in goal, incidentally, Leeds United, released by Birmingham at the end of last season, 40 years old. And they had Nunez on target. Keogh and McCormack have made way. And Leeds needs something else to change. Up by Grant. Nodded on by Vokes, who's won quite a few headers since leaving the bench. Stanislas thought about the quick throw, but Trippier was actually off the pitch.
I think he said to him, just leave it. He's got a good throw. You can see once again, Vokes is in that near post position.
Trippier will hurl it that way. Vokes again. He's winning them every time, isn't he?
Absolutely. You know, for him, he should be saying to the players, well, the midfield players, you've got to take a chance. To McCann or Bartley, just run off it.
McCarthy. Was he just put off by the hang of the leg by Rodriguez? It wasn't a great clearance. He's got away with it. Out now for a Burnley throw, and it might be coming back towards his goal soon. A pretty solid game, though. It's what Leeds United needed. Putting the heart back to Paul Rahubka's horror show just under 2 weeks ago, or just over 2 weeks ago, when Leeds lost 5-0 at home to Blackpool. 3 goals in the first half, pretty much all attributable to him. He's going to go out on loan, we understand, soon. Get his confidence back somewhere. Andy Lonergan, regular first choice for Leeds, is still out with a broken finger. He's missed 7 games now. Here's Lloyd Sam. Now Robert Snodgrass. Howson to Connolly. Blocked by Easton.
Yeah. Just looked at the run of Burnley's games, the last 8 games, it was like 2-1, 2 lost, 2-1, 2 lost, and you know, if it all goes according to plan, this is the start of another game of 2 wins.
Another tricky one on Tuesday. They're at Birmingham City. That's effectively their game in hand.
And you know, everyone talks about consistency in this league, and you know, the captain was talking about it today, Chris McCann, and Eddie Howe was talking about it in his notes in the programme. So that's the key thing here, and I think, you know, I've watched a few games in the Championship, and you sometimes just can't tell who's at the top, who's at the bottom.
Becchio didn't get a touch. Well, we mentioned it, didn't we, at the start? It is such a young team, this Burnley team. Consistency-wise,
absolutely,
they're still learning the game.
Absolutely, it's a young team, and you got rid of quite a few inexperienced players, you know, and a lot of youth in there, and obviously to implement the way you want to play the system and style. You know, sometimes it works quickly, other times it doesn't, but you know, you can see what they're trying to do here, and the basis of a good team is because it's a young team, and as he said in his notes, you just have to have some consistency, stringing the results together. We always say it, and it really, you can just string a run together and go from the bottom of the league into the playoffs.
Now here's Tracy.
Strike.
Really good strike. I think it clipped a bit of the goal rather than the goalkeeper's hand.
Yeah.
But Keith Tracy has come so close on so many occasions for Burnley now.
Yeah, nice and composed. It's swinging as well. Starts outside and comes back towards the goal. Nice strike. Say though. Oh dear. Oh,
that's a lovely angle, isn't it?
Lovely. Yeah.
Just clipped the top of the corner of the goal. McCarthy well beaten. Here's Vokes, helped on that time by McCann. And just a little turnaround again when Leeds are going to have to do some defending. As Burnley prepare another change. I nearly said West Ham there. It's not just the colours, it's because Zavon Hines is going to come on. Like Stanislas, made the move from East London to East Lancashire in the summer. Nunez can't hold on to the ball. Easton to McCann. Easton. It's Kisnorbo in the way of it. Snodgrass. Nunez. Here's Howson. Now Clayton, who wasn't quick enough to deceive Bartlett. Stanislas drives through. Bartlett goes down. Strong penalty shout from Burnley players and fans alike, but they're completely ignored.
Well, everyone was up in front of us, that's for sure.
And now Leeds get a free kick that will only anger the Burnley fans further.
Oh, the referee gives a stiff shake of the head. Both players got hold of each other here. I have to say that is reckless. Reckless here, see, tangled there. It can only be a penalty. It can only be a penalty. No question.
Well, Aidy White seemed to win the ball at first, then he slipped,
yes.
And then Bartley was caught.
Yeah, it was clumsy.
And there's the Burnley change. And it is all ex-West Ham as Junior Stanislas makes way for Zavon Hines. Here's Connolly. He swung in a beauty. Well, it was similar in a way to the Burnley approach. Trippier. And it was Trippier who headed it clear.
Good cover on the far. Deep cross. That's Hines. Very similar to Stanislas. Just to run with the ball at his feet. Good dribbler.
Leeds United corner. Kisnorbo's moved forward. Kisnorbo was trying to attack it. It's Rodriguez who'd moved back to head it away. It's McCann. There's Tracy. Easton. Duff had to adjust with the bounce of the ball, but he took it well on his chest. Here's Rodriguez. Just ran into Connolly. Easton. Switches the emphasis. Hines involved for the first time. Tripped his way past Sam. Here's Vokes. Trippier trying to trick too many. White. Clayton. Nunez. Now Connolly as Leeds trying to stretch things. Snodgrass. Becchio let it run, but it wasn't Lloyd Sam behind him, it was Michael Duff. That's Howson against McCann. And it's Howson who very nearly got away. Tracy got a touch to the ball. And Leeds United find a way through. Lloyd Sam back out wide left. And beat Trippier, and he fired the ball straight into the gloves of Grant.
Better pressure from Leeds. A lot more men forward. I've seen good resilience as well from Burnley. Good line here. Everyone looking around them. This comes in here. Never troubling Lee Grant at all.
Well, it's just inspired a little bit of noise from the Leeds fans, though. And that was a talking point before the game. Simon Grayson was making the point that the away end is right above the away dressing room, and at 2-0 down at half-time last season, the noise that they made inspired the comeback, and he paid great tribute to the Leeds fans for that. Nearly 4,000 of them at Turf Moor this afternoon. Nearly 4,000 miserable ones at the moment. Just wonder how many of those will be heading back to home territory tonight. Elland Road, final of Rugby League's Four Nations tournament, England against Australia. And that'll be on Radio 5 live from 6, and you can watch the highlights tomorrow on BBC 2 from 5 o'clock. BBC 1, I beg your pardon. I've read my schedules wrong. Tracy. And his hard work and then a bit of Vokes action has got Burnley a corner.
Yeah,
the action is going from one end to the other pretty quickly.
They've just been on the back foot a little bit, Burnley. Just ease the pressure. Try and keep possession when they get it.
And Scott Matheson, the ref, just wants to work out who's pushing who or who's about to in all that. McCann trying to put the pressure on McCarthy. Howson in the middle. Doesn't reach any of them. Hines. Bartley closed down by Sam. Can Leeds break now? They can't because it's handball.
Hey. I don't think Lloyd Sam heard the whistle, but well, it seemed a little slow.
I'll tell you what.
Not much you could do about it. Yeah, it's straight at him, wasn't it? But
if we just think back to League Round.
Yes, exactly the same. Maybe a better view from that man there, Mr. Matheson.
I don't suppose he's even thinking about it now,
not.
the Burnley goalkeeper. Minutes of the regulation 90 to go. Burnley 1, Leeds United 0. Burnley looking for a second. There's plenty of holding going on in there. Obviously seeing a 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, as it so often is. Connolly. McCarthy's ball forward. It's Becchio who tried to help it on. Eddie White only had one way to go there. Trippier up against Sam. Throw-in has gone to Burnley. Simon Grayson has made 2 changes. There's plenty of gesturing going on from himself and his management team, Glenn Snodin and Ian Miller. What to do next? Plan C, Plan D. The game can change so much, even with only 18 minutes or so to go, if Leeds manage to get an equalising goal. The story might not end there.
Get some momentum going.
That's Clayton. This is Nunez. Play stopped because the Leeds player's down.
Yeah.
And it's Darren O'Dea again. And he's suffered a head injury 3 weeks or so ago. He missed the game at Leicester because he was still suffering the effects of concussion. Yeah. And that's twice today he's taken a blow.
Well, he just heads the back of Vokes' head, doesn't he? Pondering. Loose Snodgrass off the right-hand side. Get him on the left.
I'm trying to transmit those thoughts.
Lloyd Sam across the other side.
Another who's been in the war. You can see his hand strapped up. Missed Scotland against Cyprus last week. You can play with that injury when you're a winger. McCarthy looking to get Snodgrass involved, which he is, with the help on to Nunez. Dealt with by Edgar. That's O'Dea. That's away to Sam. White. Becchio. Sam just had to shift it quickly with Savon Hines on his tail. It's out. It is out, and it's Leeds' ball to throw back in. Clayton. There's Connolly. Easton climbing to meet it, and then getting back down to earth to get the second one. Rodriguez. Oh, O'Dea's just gone right through the back of Vokes. It'll be yellow. I don't think it'll be the off that Burnley fans are shouting for.
Clearly accepting he was late. Reckless. The ball's gone, it's 2 yards away.
And it's one that means something because it's his 5th caution of the season. It means he won't be playing against Barnsley next weekend. Might just open the way for Tom Lees to come back into the Leeds team, back to fitness, or back available, should I say. He was sent off in his last game. That 5-0 drubbing by Blackpool. Turned 21 yesterday, Tom Lees, a fine prospect. Flipped forward by Trippier. Played back by Sam to McCarthy. Oh. Nunez. Blocked off it by Trippier. Here's Tracy. Duff.
Better.
Here's Bartley. Howson. Cleared away by Conley in the first instance. Nunez is trying to keep the ball in the Burnley half. He will, with a bit of Burnley assistance.
Well, there's better pressure from Leeds and forcing Burnley to give away the ball. Just anybody's at the moment.
Connolly. Nunez. Clayton to White. Here's Sam. Over Becchio, Snodgrass in! Snodgrass equalises! Right in front of the Leeds United fans.
From nothing, from absolutely nothing. I mean, great anticipation from Robert Snodgrass. He's the only person who gambles. Everyone in the Burnley back four, just watch. Great delivery, comes in from around the back. Deep cross, you can see Grant can't come for it, and everybody just appears to just turn and look at each other. Great anticipation, and really didn't see that coming just from nothing. And now obviously kicking towards their own crowd. It was a comeback last year, was it? 3-2, and now 1-1. Just imagine they're going to go for the win.
Well, the Burnley defenders were static. Well, it's a really well-timed run from Snodgrass and a good ball from Sam. And we have a really grand finale in store for us now.
My grand plan of switching the wingers round wouldn't have worked, would it?
Good ball in from Sam.
Very good.
And that's Kisnorbo. Becchio. And that's going to be easy enough for Grant, the Burnley goalkeeper. So it goes on for Burnley, and still haven't kept a clean sheet at home since March.
In the League and Cup, it's 31 games, isn't it?
It's going a long, long way. They managed one on the road this season.
It's just how they react now.
And there's Clayton. It's how Leeds react as well, of course.
Yeah. Well, they'll feel they're back in the game, and it's a bit of a gift.
That was Duff on Sam, and it's a Leeds free kick, and you can almost feel the tide changing.
Yeah, the Leeds fans are up in arms.
They're marching on together again. Sam. I think that's the first time we've heard that all afternoon. Sam sold short. Did he go in with all studs showing there? Well, it is a free kick to Burnley, and Scott Mathison, the referee, has just marched him away to prevent the situation escalating.
Yeah, you can just see
the expression on the ref's face tells us it's nothing serious.
Well, it was a poor ball to him, wasn't it? Was it Aidan White? I'm not sure, just sold him a short one. He slid in.
It's like refereeing how it used to be, that.
The old days.
Do you ever get any of those, Brighty? Just a word in the air, and yeah, I know tackling's not your strong point.
It's hardly booked. Straight reds.
Here's Tracy. Only trying to come again, and Tracy this time will not test McCarthy. Robert Snodgrass with his third goal of the season.
You see, if I was McCarthy, I'd be sprinting around the back of that goal to get the ball, to try and get keep the momentum going. Here's the deep cross once again, and you can see everyone just turns and looks. Just an easy tap in. pressure on the ball, but it's a deep cross. Dear.
Even then, he made sure he took it on his left foot.
Yeah, well, he's to put his hands on his head because thinking, oh no, he's come from around the back of me. I wasn't aware of him.
Here's Tracy. What sort of spirit do Burnley have left? Watched today, of course, by so many of their legends from their glorious past. And that spurred them on. As Evan Hines works hard to keep the ball. And he has just poked it out for a Leeds United throw-in. Eddie Howe's just a little more twitchy on the touchline now. Simon Grayson, you can bet your bottom dollar, we'll be thinking 3 points now, not 1.
Yes. Coming from behind, the team hasn't been at their best. Started to apply a bit more pressure in the second half.
It's Rodriguez who's continued to play well for Burnley. Burnley now have a throw-in.
It's about responding, and that's what Eddie Howe will be looking at his team. Are we still looking to do the right things? Are we still looking to pass it and get forward?
Trippier to hurl one. Vokes will be invited to flick it on again. Didn't manage it this time. Nearly came to Hines. Handball shouts from Burnley players, notably from Tracy. Here's Duff. Easy enough for Connolly. Might turn into something good for Leeds. Núñez on the chase, and Grant had to leave his area.
Good anticipation.
McCann. Rodriguez touch. McCann couldn't get it out to Hines. Putting himself about, Evan Hines, since getting into the action.
That's one thing you have to do as a sub. You see what's happening when you're off the field. You go on and try and make a difference. It's just poised, isn't it? This is the handball claim, which it is.
Only just outside the box.
It is, yeah, but once again, there's only one Burnley player's hand goes up.
Yeah, we've seen that from both sets of players. I've seen that quite a lot this season, actually. Players getting on with it rather than stopping and appealing, which has got to be a good thing.
Well, I'm not sure. Not sure the supporters will agree with you.
For the neutral.
Well, yeah, but, you know, if it's handball, it's handball. If it's a foul, it's a foul. And there's nothing wrong with appealing. There's no question about that. I think he might be slightly concussed, you know, because I think when he headed the back of Sam Vokes' head.
And there's Tom Lees who comes on. Just going to astound you with a statistic here, Mark. I'm pretty sure we haven't had a single offside all game.
Stat boys in there.
How many games do you watch where that happens?
Oof.
Good taste shown by Vokes. He's blended quite well into the Burnley system. Came on as a sub with Charlie Austin injured in the first half. Trippier again to look for him to flick it across the Leeds goal. He does do that. Rodriguez! He got there, and he thinks having got there, he should have scored.
Well, it's the same old format, isn't it? It's just into the near post to flick on, and Rodriguez anticipates it really well. He's just under a lot more pressure. There's the touch. He's on the way forward. He's trying to get in front of his opponent. There's a good side foot on it, doesn't he? But he's just under a little bit more pressure.
I think there's only one of those that Sam Vokes hasn't won.
Difficult to defend if the flight of the ball's right, and you can see that Kisnorbo, he's not the tallest either, and what you need is get somebody in front of him.
Connolly. It's Edgar, who knew exactly where he was on the field and where his goalkeeper was. Connolly. Just under 7 minutes of the 90 to go. Burnley 1, Leeds United 1. This Rose's match in the N-Power Championship. There's Snodgrass. Connolly. Núñez. And Lloyd Sam, who's come into the game in a really positive manner recently. Becchio. Didn't see too much of Sam first half.
A lot better.
Connolly. And Grant will be able to watch it. In fact, I think he thought about leaving it. Leeds fans are screaming for a penalty meanwhile.
So that was Duff. Duff on Snodgrass just put his arm across him as he was running.
Yeah, that wasn't too much of an appeal from the Leeds player.
It was from the crowd.
Bartley goes in,
down,
came off his elbow.
I'm sure Simon Grace is thinking a little charge here for Leeds. There's the arm. It's safe in the keeper's hands.
Norbo was ushered players forward for his free kick. Straight onto the chest of Nunes. Great control. Good recovery from Hines to semi-win the ball for Burnley. Back with Kisnorbo. Leeds. Well, make sure the ball goes out for his throw-in. It's Becchio. Tracy. Trying to measure one for McCann.
Burnley's midfield is sitting deep now, so when that ball gets knocked down by the Leeds defence, it's only the Leeds players who are picking up. Good closing down from Hines.
Done quite a lot of that. Yet to start a league game since joining Burnley. Putting up a good case, isn't he?
Showing the manager he's keen, just, you know, to Stanislas's position. It's things you do in and out of possession, closing down and working hard for the team.
Only 22 is Avon Hines. His development at West Ham hindered by quite a few nasty injuries. Snodgrass. Here's Connolly. It's not exactly clean and crisp, that passing.
No Leeds player is.
Snodgrass is getting there as quickly as he can. Tracy. Connolly did well to win it. Easton did well to get it back. Nunes. Here's Clayton. Now White. Sam outside. Oh, lovely shimmy from Aidy White.
Ooh.
White goes down under the challenge of Hines, and it is a Leeds free kick. Despite the wag of the finger from the Burnley substitute.
He said he was working hard defensively. He said, no, I got the ball. I think he got a bit of the player as well. The foot was up. Studs are showing. See, I think it's reckless. That's what they do. High, look. Watch the sweeping, the right foot comes round.
I think he got him twice. No yellow card. Leeds won't mind that one bit if they manage to profit from this free kick. It's Ramon Nunes who's going to take it. I mentioned when he came on, he scored with a free kick against Chelsea in a training game on Tuesday, a Chelsea 11. Here he goes, Nunes, and he went for goal. It was deflected, and it's going to be a corner. It was very nearly another chance for Snodgrass at the back post.
Oh, someone's upset with him. He's going for goal. Looks like he's going towards the near post as well. I think one of the teammates saying you're not going to score from there, but they've got the corner.
Played in by Snodgrass. It's come for Nunes. Did well to chip that in. Here's Snodgrass, and Snodgrass has scored for Leeds. He's got two, they've got two, and they might be going back across the Pennines with all 3 points.
Deja vu. Deja vu. Nunes very clever. He just pulls away from the action as the ball comes in. It goes over everybody. He does ever so well to take the ball. You watch him at the far right at the top of the screen now. Comes out. This is a great cross. Shifts the ball. Quick cross. Deflected. Good touch. Drilled low. Just controlled by Snodgrass. You know he couldn't get the power. The ball's bouncing quite high. Just controls it down to the ground. It's amazing. For all the hard work Burnley have done, all been undone by poor defending.
Well, over the last 3 and a bit seasons, he has been one of Leeds United's most important players, Robert Snodgrass. Vital today,
yes,
because he's won the game for them, it seems.
Good job, he left him on the right. Well, It's just amazing how this game's turned around. You know, well, there's a few minutes plus stoppage. Burnley
Still a little bit of a glimmer of hope for Burnley. And what's happened now? It's a free kick for Leeds.
I think his foot up as it's being cleared. I'm not sure if it was a Kisnorbo just clearing and Vokes had his foot up.
And we'll take plenty of time with this. Leeds United are just, well, we're under a minute now, plus injury time away from what would be their 4th win in their last 6 away games. Wins on the road this season at Doncaster, Peterborough, Leicester, and now Burnley. And in such similar fashion to here last December, they were 2 down at the break, they won 3-2. This time 1-0, 2-1, and again it's a goal with just about 5 minutes of the match remaining.
There's still time. Burnley just got to throw a bit of caution.
Rodriguez, and McCarthy will just catch that, hold on to it, and run down the clock a little bit.
Yeah, been impressed with him, Rodriguez. It's in the first half. Probably have the support or service in the second. Great cross. Puts the defence under pressure. Just controls it. Great example for the young players. It's not always the power that scores. Just controls it down into the ground.
Robert Snodgrass of Leeds United and Scotland. That's Rodriguez, very much of Burnley, and it was a very good hit, but it was a watchful save made by McCarthy.
I don't think the Leeds defence will be too worried as long as people are shooting from that kind of distance. Does well to control it and keep it on the target.
Connolly will get that one back safely enough to McCarthy, who has to stay sure-footed. Rodriguez lost the ball to Snodgrass. Here's Becchio, and here's Sam. The mood has certainly changed at Turf Moor. Sam wriggled away from Easton. He's going to try and win a corner now. Hasn't managed to do that. Burnley goal kick, and Lee Grant will be in a hurry about it.
I think he's feeling a touch of the cramps.
His first league start this season.
Yes.
Look at that, they had it won 20 minutes or so ago. Just about to say, as Robert Snodgrass kissed his Leeds United badge of Leeds and Scotland, a winger. There's another one cut from that cloth. The legend that is Eddie Gray, he's away to our left. He was punching the air when that goal went in. He's a veteran of when Burnley Leeds was the game in England, or one of the games. And there's Bartley. And with every decision that goes against the Claret and Blue, we edge closer to Leeds celebrating a victory. You can tell who they support. Vokes. Blasted away by Nunez. There'll barely be time for the ball to be thrown back in. 20 seconds away from 3 minutes of time added on being up. Burnley's throw. Now just down to the referee's discretion. It's Duff. It's just about last chance. Helped on by Vokes. Here's Bartley now. Needs to get the ball over. Easton, one touch and cross. Becchio just slipped. It's not going to matter. The whistle's gone. And Leeds United once again have turned it around at Turf Moor. They've won 6 of their last 7 short trips across the Pennines here. And from 1-0 down at half-time, it's Robert Snodgrass who's pulled it out of the bag for Simon Grayson and his team. Leeds United, at least temporarily, are rising up to 4th in the championship table. And I would say that's pretty handily placed for a push for the rest of the season. Unlucky Burnley, they were on top for so much of the first half. And Simon Grayson's team have come away with it. Burnley 1, Leeds United 2.